Hey, there we go. Now my mic's on. Hello and welcome to Starfield. Sorry, I was going through the creations mod. I haven't gotten any, but I was just kind of looking at them and dissociated for too long and forgot that I was on my welcome screen. Welcome to the adventures of the Mantis. Here we are at our base. You can see Heller and Lynn inside. I have put crap down at my other base. But it is going to be a bear moving things from one place to another. Before I leave here, what's my carry weight situation? Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, I have 2 packs. I need to give that pack. I'm probably going to give it to Barrett. I can give it to him on the ship. There's Andreja. So she has some convos for us. I'm hoping to do her story here soon. But I'm not entirely sure what we're gonna do today. We might do some Vanguard stuff, because I haven't done Vanguard stuff in a minute. We had that Terramorph thing, and I want to get time with Andreja and Sam, so I'd love to do both of their story missions. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. So I haven't bought Shattered Space. I want to buy Shattered Space. It's gonna be on sale in 2 weeks for the Steam Summer Sale. But I don't want to wait 2 weeks to finish this game. I also really want to get the Watchtower mod, but kind of looking at it and then running away, it looks like it might be better not to play that until I've beaten the game. Oh, look, she's on there too. Look at us. Just spinning like 2 people in a microwave. Oh no! Come back! So I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that. Or do I just say skip it, finish the story, and then do a New Game Plus, but like, if I hit New Game Plus, I don't want to stream Starfield forever. There's other stuff I want to stream. So I have to make decisions, and they're decisions that ultimately only I can make, which isn't helpful to anybody. That's just kind of where my mind's eye is. Oh, we didn't do this. Walter's other mission. We can go do that. I think that'd be fun. That's the main story, and then we have to talk to Vladimir to get more temples. We have 4 more. If we want to get all of them. We still haven't done Crimson Fleet. Like, there's still plenty to do. So, like, there's a non-zero chance that if I just wait and get this other stuff done, it might take us 2 weeks anyway. Because after this, like, my extra time off work will be done, and I'm not sure all of the streaming time anyway, and so, you know, maybe I just let time decide. Especially if I can get Andreja and Sam's side missions. So let's hop over to the ship. I did a slight ship redesign. So this base is not laid out well because I had to put in the bigger landing space for my ship. But frankly, this is not going to be my main base anyway, so I don't really care if it's not laid out well. But I changed up the wings, which you might be able to tell, you might not. I'm not sure how much the Razor leaf here was committed to anybody's memory, but I got these things on now instead of the wings that were there before, and now the guns are mounted elsewhere. So I don't know, I really like it. I can now pilot Class C ships, which everything on this is Class B. But we're full in piloting. So to get any other ship designs, I have to upgrade spaceship design. But the other thing I need to do is I really want to put a base in the Sol system, so I can get there's a spot where I can get tungsten, lead, and titanium, but I can't settle there because it's nasty. So that means I have to, is it social? Maybe science, yeah. I need planetary habitation to be able to do that, so that's kind of annoying. So I need to put another point into science to get planetary habitation to get all the outposts I want, but if I want to build fancy spaceships, I need to get more perks. But honestly, I think we'll get a fair amount of leveling up yet, so I think we'll be okay. But let's go do, actually, it's hold on. It's not going to let me fast travel while I'm in the air. Okay. Oh, and we need to talk to Andreja. let's go ahead and have a little communique with her on top of the ship. This seems like a good spot to chat.
I have something I wanted to say.
I will admit, I listened to this conversation earlier when I was playing.
How you will react.
And realized it would be better saved for stream. So I'm putting it on the stream. I've heard this part of the conversation already. Nothing would change my opinion of you.
I am reluctant to put that to the test. But it is necessary that we are honest with each other. I know that you said you prefer to be surrounded by others, unlike me. But Constellation means something to us both. And I must be honest about why.
Okay.
The little I have spoken of my history has been nothing but truth.
Hey, Kathleen, welcome. How's it going?
Smugglers. I have caused my share of pain and suffering. What I have left out, until now, is that all of that was done on behalf of House Varun. My people. My family.
So this is supposed to be a big revelation. Welcome, Ray. Perfect timing. Just having a little conversation with Andreja here. I was just saying, I did this conversation off stream and reloaded because I realized it'd be good for on stream. She's just confessing that she's a member of House Varun, which I totally already thought she was. So I don't know if I had just read that somewhere and had it spoiled, or if I just made the assumption because I knew she was from that part of space, like everybody was from House Varun. But anyway, I wasn't surprised. But I think it's because I jumped to a conclusion that I shouldn't have jumped to. I thought House Varun had vanished. Clearly, I had not thought that.
They have retreated from open relations with the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective, but they still exist. I was born in the great city of Dazra and raised with the teachings of Jinan Varun. I underwent the rite of Krijar when I came of age.
Oh my god! I had no idea
Those who know the truth
that you
of
were
the
the
great
snake lady.
and his inevitable return.
That sounds really impressive.
Thank you. I doubt many would see it that way. There is a reason I am only just revealing this now. Several years ago, I intercepted requests from Constellation to access Varun's space, speaking only of exploration. I was sent to infiltrate Constellation, posing as a former smuggler looking for a new purpose in life.
This was the part that I had not guessed. That makes you an undercover agent.
That was the intent, yes. But the reality is more complicated. Several weeks after I arrived, I attempted to access secure records within Constellation's archives. Vladimir and Sarah were waiting for me.
So I answered they weren't as gullible as you hoped, and she did not like it. So we're not going to pick that one. They didn't trust you. Seems like a good call. Stealth? If it were me, I wouldn't have been caught. I would have been caught, let's be honest. That must have been a surprise.
Quite an understatement. I was horrified. My failure would be reported to the High Council, and the penalty would be severe.
I'm not surprised. Sarah's that used to be Sarah is a good person, but now it's Sarah was a good person. Grammatically, it still works. So you're a double agent. I'm guessing you haven't told anyone else this. House Varun knows about the artifacts then. I'm guessing you haven't told anyone else this?
You are now the third person.
Okay, so Vladimir and Sarah and I. So now there's still only two of us.
Spent so much time together. It has been increasingly difficult to keep this from you. And I am sorry for that. Telling you this violates so many of the orders I was given. But it was the right thing to do. I can feel that.
Before, I had asked if House Varun knew about the artifacts, and she said no, she hasn't told him anything. There's a lot to absorb. You didn't trust me with any of this. It's hard to accept. See, but like, this is a fairly big thing. Even though, like, I had made that assumption, I always these answers always drive me crazy. Like, you'd be such a drama-filled person to be mad at her for, like, not telling a complete random stranger about you. You're still Andreja, as far as I'm concerned.
You have no idea what a relief that is.
I,
Thank you
for one, respect the snake people. You know, it'd be really fun to do a playthrough where your background is also House Varun and see how she talks to you. That would actually be a really cool one. I think there's one that's a House Varun background. I can't remember. See, that's the thing too. I was saying before you guys came on here that I'm not sure what I want to do. I know I want to play the DLC, and I know I want to buy the Watchtower. It's technically a fan-made mod, but you can buy it through their mod store. So, like, Fallout 4, I'm pretty sure Skyrim, this game, they all have, like, a creations thing. And it's this really cool Watchtower mod that I want to get. And so I'm like, do I just finish the game? Like, not even worry about the side quests and just finish it? And then do a New Game Plus and finish up everything else? Or do I try to do everything on this file? Because there's some... I definitely want to do New Game Plus because I want to know how my background with her is different based off of all the choices I've made. Next playthrough, Starfield Soap Opera Edition. That would also be fun. I could do one where I have... That would be a fun playthrough where I have to pick the soap opera option every time. But, like, the thing is this has already been such a long streaming thing, and I have so many other things I want to stream. I don't know. But anyway. Okay, so we were gonna go do this mission. We actually happen to be very close to it as it is, so... But, you know, this could also be a thing where I could play whatever I want in my own time, and, like, in a year or two, we could always come back to Starfield and do, like, a ridiculous playthrough edition. It doesn't have to be, like, just because I want to do other things for a minute doesn't mean that we never play this again. You know what I mean? Okay, do I need to go
Welcome
first?
to Stroud Eklund Star Yard. Permission to dock granted.
Thank you. Doc. If you ever have time where you don't have next game, not likely. It would be fun to slap soap opera mode on an RPG. It would be. I think though, so I really think... I don't know if it'll be... How do I put it? The game... There's a game I really want to stream. It'll be Outer Worlds 2. I've played Outer Worlds 1 on my own. I will probably not stream Outer Worlds 1. I thought it was okay. And, you don't need Outer Worlds 1, I don't think, to understand Outer Worlds 2. But that would be a fun game to just roleplay the soap opera edition. Because that's a game where they really are promising to build stuff in. Did it just say I had a... Okay, no, I thought it said something it didn't. I've been here a few times because I've been fixing my...
These ships are
I like Stroud Eklund
quite
things.
proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
How do I get over there? Over there. Over there. Oh, this is a hallway.
I can't decide which model to get.
That makes so much more sense. Is this space? Ooh. I'm sorry, I need to be listening to Mike. I went to space so I could listen to Mike.
Oh, this must be Walter's consultant friend. Please, come join us. We've been waiting for you. Hi there.
I don't know. See, Jules is at least a little bit better, but Ella, oh, okay. Nev Papadopoulos. Yeah, that's a space name. It's also a Greek name. Frank and Mike. I didn't come to space to listen to Frank and Mike. I'm going to speak to you about this new ship project.
You must be Walter's colleague. He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already.
Oh, she's
assigned to
mad
it.
about it.
But that's okay.
The shade.
You have virtually no experience with this. You'll do a great job.
Wow! The shade in corporate. I love it. Okay, starship design. Actually, I have experience designing starships.
Oh. I just assumed.
To be fair, Walter didn't know.
I'm really sorry. I should trust Walter knew what he was doing.
You
My
should
bad.
always. My bad!
So, we have plenty of designers.
Shut up, Frank.
As
You have a
probably
man
know,
bun.
We're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns. Market research.
If you have a man bun, you
can't
can't design a spaceship. That's my rule. That's my space rule.
Have at it.
I'm familiar with the process. Let's get to it.
Ah, right. So you mentioned. Let's move on to solving our budget issues then. shall we?
Space,
We were
Paul,
charged with building the newest
Jessica.
hit
Yeah, I know, it's
starship,
great.
which won't be possible unless we petition the board for
Dune
it.
names are amazing.
So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship.
No.
But we'll have to make some tough design.
I've already
cuts.
decided no.
The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship.
Yes.
It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal.
Yes.
I don't love it.
I
but
do.
It'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go
We
with?
should go with the kitchen sink. See, and the thing is too with Dune is I could almost like see Paul, even though it's such a normal name, because so much of Dune is like, what if Jesus took drugs? Like that's like what Dune is. And so at least with Paul, it's like the Apostle Paul, like it's another like intensely like deep, or not deep, but like well-known like Christian lore name, but Jessica is not. So like you really lose it there. I don't know, it's just Dune doesn't know. Dune is on its own journey. Alright, small budget, help us focus design, let's stick to your sensible. We can build whatever we want. Why can't you use the original budget you were given? What kind of cuts would make this sensible? Yeah, let's ask some questions. Why can't you use your original
I'd
budget?
love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you.
You'd be like in elementary school. What kind of cuts do we have to make for the sensible
It's more that
design?
we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
I see. What's wrong with the kitchen sink budget? Wouldn't everyone get what they want?
While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical. And the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus the ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of
She's not
monstrosity
wrong.
we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs. And would something that expensive actually sell?
Sisters ladies, they're actually, it's kind of like you know, like my great grandmother's name was Fern. You know, it's like names you don't use anymore because they sound old. Eventually they come around again. You know, I would say kitchen sink proposal, but she's not wrong. She's not wrong. The team will be more focused if we go sensible. But the sake of adventure says I think we should try kitchen sink. Just because, you know what? No, we're gonna do the sensible budget proposal. Well, see, I really want to know what I could come up with here, but I think she's right. I practically speaking think you do need constraints to come up with a better object.
That sounds good to me, but remember, this ship will have fewer bells and whistles. We're not going to be able to include everything we want.
That's alright.
Frank's luxury design has the most expensive components, and we've been having trouble convincing him to move
Yeah,
away
no,
from
no,
that
no.
idea so we
Well,
can
this
stay
is
within
Stroud
the budget.
Eklund.
We need his help. Do you think you can get him to budge?
Budge on
I
the
am
budget.
right here, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't think you could hear me over the man bun. Let's talk about the design, Frank.
I already gave my answer to Jules. We got nothing.
Wow, you're rude. Negotiation. Can I pay you off? Frank, listen to reason.
I'm thinking about it.
You're thinking about listening to reason? There are other cheaper ways to get the best luxury experience.
Maybe I could work with Mike to figure out what sort of components we can put inside the ship to give the consumer a smoother, better ride.
Hold on, does he have a pseudo-French accent? Like, everybody in this game has had, like, an accent that's a mix of two accents. I think that's actually a really cool stylistic choice. I like that. Does Frank have a sound of a French accent? Excuse me? I knew you were a reasonable person.
I try to be fine. I see what you're saying.
Frank is
Perhaps
French?
on the luxury aspects a bit.
That's a
Does it
little on the
really need some
nose.
snow trim? Probably not.
For what it is worth, I believe that is the correct approach. Luxury should not be the goal here. Also, Frank annoys me.
I knew I liked you, Andresia.
Problem solved. I'll go forward.
It's the man bun, isn't
We
it?
can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this
Also
is
Frank.
outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
Yes. You know, she does actually seem like she should have been running this instead of me. Just tell me what I need to do.
Great. Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like
Honey,
normal.
you just said my
You can
favorite
also do it in
sentence.
return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also
do
want
like
to talk with
variety.
the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
Alright, let's give them feedback. Mike.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here.
Has that been a problem?
Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially.
Jules has seemed
She's
fine to
new
me.
Being a project lead that has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it.
I'm glad to be of service then.
Good. Just so long as you don't push us to make anything too nutty.
Oh, now I want to
I
make
think your
something nutty.
decisiveness will put us back on the right track. Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
This is Stratechlin. You have to have a few bells and whistles. What can you tell me about your role here?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk.
Yeah, he really is an
I'm an
engineer.
engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realised this place would
Yeah,
fall
he definitely
apart
talks like an
for me.
engineer.
Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
Okay. Sounds like you're waiting for the team. Go on.
It's truth, and we need it. The others believe we need to think big and innovate. Reality is, we just need to do what we do better than anyone else. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz.
Okay.
What I figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, no frills, just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my Kaz's little moppet could fly it.
Of all the proposals we've got, that's certainly one of them. Seems... Oh, I do really want to do this soap opera playthrough. Seems simple enough. Any other design considerations?
Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction and the ship will practically sell itself.
We're gonna be nice to everybody.
Wait, really? I was expecting we'd have to argue a bit more
I actually think he's kind of right.
Well, that's a relief.
We're already known as a
I'm
luxury
not being
liner.
sincere.
We're not known for
If I can
fighting.
convince them to go with mine, it'd save us all a lot of trouble in the end. I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction. Despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding
And
a
I
lot
think
of the
Walter's the
mistakes
type
some
of
the other
guy
corps
who'd
have
like to be
made.
able to help, like, the working man, you know?
No, not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am.
Nothing to ships then.
Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. But I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead. Too much management. Not enough tactile work. And yet here I am, resigned to my fate on the R&D team. Hope we didn't scare you off, huh?
Alright, let's see what you got for me, Nev.
Hi. Need something?
You seem a little on edge. Something wrong?
Oh, no. Well, it's just... I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
Her face does not really match her age. I'm sure it's because the other ones, if not better. Nothing I've heard so far is blowing away, so it can't be any worse. You're probably right, but I need to hear... Where's just give it a shot? I want to hear it. Like, that's rude. Let's try this one.
Can I tell you? Part of me was hoping you'd say that. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet.
That's a good idea, too.
But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht. Something marketed more towards families.
See, it's also going for the
Something
small
mom and
people.
dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right?
No. It's not really, I don't know. I have to be honest, it's a pretty awful idea. Do you really think this ship is in demand? What would it take to design a ship like that?
I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A
As opposed to
mid-sized
cargo.
ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales.
Do you think that's in demand?
I used to go off-world camping with my family when I was a kid. The other families we met always complained their ships weren't quite adequate for family vacations. They never had enough room, and the kids would always fight. I've done some market research, and no ship manufacturer seems to be making ships for things like this. Which means even if the demand is low, we can fill this niche and still sell a lot.
Make it fun.
Oh, really?
I have a feeling I'm gonna
Wow,
like
I am-
most of the proposals.
Thank you. I'm really glad I told you about it. Well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it.
Do you like working here?
So far I do. But, just between you and me, I feel like I'm in a little over my head. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. My bosses really seem to like my work, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have.
What's it like working for a manufacturer?
interesting.
So she's the marketing person,
I
the other is the
knew.
engineer.
I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like
I feel like
style,
camping's a
features,
better
cost, and all
option
that.
for the
And
Stroud
you also
Eklund
need to
name,
think
although I
about
still don't
offensive
hate the
and
cargo ship
defensive
design.
capabilities, because space is dangerous and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe.
What'd you do before this?
Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship.
Wow, so you got
Ships
brought
are,
out pretty early.
totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired.
Gotcha.
See you later.
Alright, what do you got for me? What are you, business?
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but
She's
there's
me.
always
Like,
next time.
she's me. I'm her.
Regardless, I'm excited to help
I
you.
like her. The
You have any
lady.
experience
No, I'm
building
assuming not.
spaceships?
We just started with Ella. I'm practically a professional at this point.
This is wonderful to hear. I hope for all of our sakes that you are not overselling your ability. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine?
Yes, please. I don't know. Can you tell me more about yourself first?
I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced
No,
products.
specifically, yeah, that's what I meant.
Of course. But first, let me ask you this.
Well, she's got a pitch.
What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market?
Pirates. Explorers.
Yes. Finally.
Oh! I guessed it!
You see, while many ships will operate to that end, few ships are designed with exploration as their primary goal. It is my belief that if we build a ship with that in mind, Starfield will dominate that market sector. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration, fueled by ordinary people like you and me.
Seems like boring. It sounds like a bunch of boring nerd stuff for nerds. Oh, not a bad concept. It seems like a very niche product, which I think is true.
Yeah, that's what Jules said too. But at least that gives me something to think about. Thanks. I'll refine the idea and
I mean, the thing is, I like that, and I think it'd be cool for Stroud Eklund, but if they're a newer company trying to get off the ground, they need to corner a bigger market, and they could always come around to that.
Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project?
Fair.
It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great. Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships.
You're
Most
the
of my
senior
work is on
designer?
the
I didn't
technical
catch that.
features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. Bye.
Alright, that just leaves Frank. Whatever it is, I already hate it.
Well, we're making
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years.
You haven't designed hair.
So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism.
It's not related to Walter.
Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me.
Jules asked me to give some feedback on ship design. You know, I wish I wasn't here to give you feedback, so let's get this over 10 years as much as you think it is. What can you tell me about yourself?
As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work.
Okay.
But I do not like to brag. Rather, my goal
Okay.
is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please.
I see. With some
Ah,
proposal,
yes.
with
At least
feedback.
You may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market.
How would you design a ship like that?
The ship should be mid-sized, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying the
So
ship
far, I actually
and
like Nev's
influencing others
pitch
to
the
buy as well.
most. Mike's pitch as a pitch is terrible, but Mike's idea I think is good too. But I like Nev's because I think it fits with what Stroud Eklund's done so far, and I do think it would be a market corner. His, I think, is just like already done.
I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? And why do they crave such attention? Oh, thank you. I will think on this and improve on my proposal.
So what's going on, Frank? Why are you so defensive about your design?
Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is literally my job to design it. It is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules had this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before.
I mean, that's fair. What was it about wanting to slow ship it? Why is that so important?
2 words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept?
Not even kind of.
Of course not. It's when someone buys something expensive, mostly because it is expensive in an effort to show off their wealth to others.
So I think you're trying to imply I don't know
Target
that
the
for a
wealthy
negative
elite
reason, but I
celebrities
actually see that as a
and sell the
positive.
ship at a premium, they will buy it, and others will follow in order to be trendy.
I don't think that's what
Imagine
Walter
star
wants
like
as a
Borealis
company.
is seen getting out of one of our luxury ships. Everyone is going to want one, so they too can feel like a celebrity.
So why work here if you're so unhappy and have that man
Because
bun?
I do not like how corporate we have become doesn't mean I don't like getting paid. Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again,
Like celebrity.
here we are. See you.
Okay.
I'm actually kind of amazed we finalized the budget. That was relatively painless. It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management. I'm actually kind of surprised they hired me, but I was at the top of my
It
class.
sounds like
so
they're a
maybe
real
they didn't
startup.
want to
Hey,
use me
Ash,
for some
how's
of
it
the
going?
star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
What does project lead mean?
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
I can give you some feedback on your design proposal if you like.
Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback, but why not, I guess. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfighter market. Bounty hunting and mercenary work are both big these days.
I just don't think.
especially
I
among
don't
the
think that's where
hard-blooded
Stroud
Greysters.
Eklund wants to go. There's a lot of demand in the consumer market.
I'm glad you brought that up. No, and yes, there's a lot of work out there that requires a capable fighting ship. But the real success comes from UC military contracts, which we would hope to attract by building a higher-end version of this ship.
Which would be good for the company. I don't think it's what Walter's into.
We'd want to give it strong weapons, tough defenses, plus good speed and maneuverability. Most starfighters are fairly small, and the tricky part is keeping costs down with all those fancy modules.
Maybe we should work in the pitch. I don't think consumer starfighter is the way to go.
You could be right. There's got to be a better way to pitch the idea. I'll give it some more thought. Thanks. We'll chat again soon, okay?
Alright, so let's check the mission board. Transport traders to Luna. We can totally do that.
Any problems?
Set as active. Let's transport some people. Is it the same place everybody wants to go to? No. Yeah, I think it is. Everybody wants to go here. I'm getting a little concerned about what's going on at Wagner Farm because everybody wants to go there.
This is Freestar Collective Space. Hold while we scan your ship.
I don't carry contraband often.
And that's it.
It would take 500 years, but there's a part of me that really does want to scan every planet. Okay, so we've done this. Optional. Complete a bounty mission. Now, when it says bounty mission, I think it literally means one of these that happens to be a bounty. But I also have a bounty hunter mission. I don't think it's going to count, but we can certainly try it. Where would this take me? Let's go. Let's go collect a bounty. Again, I don't think this is what the game's wanting me to do, but that's fine. We have stuff and things to do.
Landing site is good to go.
See, the ship just looks much better. The redesign I did, it just looks better. I wish I could change the colors on those guns, though. Exit ship.
Is something amiss?
Okay. Where are we going? Over that way? Let's go. How are there like no resources right here? Pretty wild to me. Eclectic mercs, huh? Oh, I'm short on a lot of ammo, I think. Like, this is my favorite gun, and I have very little ammo for it.
Something may be nearby.
Let's try this. This pistol's fudging good. These Star Shard pistols. I prefer rifles to pistols, but like, gosh, this thing is good. Wow, this is nasty. Go in. There's a lot of shooting to do here. I believe I am bleeding.
I cannot wait.
She's into this. We have Just bleeding over everything. Oh my god! They followed us in! I have not had that happen. Like, I've seen NPCs go in and out of doors, but I've never been followed in like that. So far, that's effing hilarious. I'm about to die. My gosh. That was wild. Okay. That was hysterical. I'm like, where did all that come from? That was so funny.
The spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something.
Where'd you go? What was that? Surrender? Were you trying to say surrender? I think she's gone on to fight without me. She'll be fine. Read this. Someone's trying to shoot me. Professional, refined side star. Money. I really need things to drink. Where is this shooting? What do they think they're doing over there? Like, they think they're shooting at me, and I'm not there. That's really funny. I love this music. While we're just walking around, exploring, people want to shoot us. It's like la la la. It's just a happy little explorer music. Hold on. Update friend or foe settings. Recalibrate to protect current user. Activate units. There we go. That'll help. We'll let that get some work done for a few minutes. Emergency power cell. Everyone remember that's here. Those usually only show up when I'm eventually gonna need one. I don't really feel like walking around. Oh, is that a magazine?
Take your best shot.
Andrea, no, we're letting it do the work first. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that robot's getting it done for us. Get it done, robot. Get the work. Get the work in. I wonder if he'll take care of the bounty for me. That'd be really funny. Can I have this? I can. That wooden duck is now mine. There are some things I will take. Ow! What the? Oh, that was rude. That made me upset. Okay. Favorite guns coming out. This guy had a name? Morgan the Throat? An interesting name. Andrasia, I also need cover. Is there a reason why we're doing it like this? Okay, took down the robot dog. Okay, Morgan the Broke. Nicked him, nicked him.
You can't hope to win.
Got him. This was mine. Actually, I need 0 wires. Harder to come across. Who's shooting at me now? Bro, I didn't even know you were there. I just shot your boss and you're like, this is my moment. Bashing Scouts Advanced A99. I do like my A99, so we should see if that's a better one. If not, we'll just drop it, because I don't want to carry that much stuff. And I might find something good here to take. Check on our guns here. So that's that one. Where's my A90? Or is that A99 one I got? No, it's concussive modified. That is better. Just in sheer damage. This does +10 against humans. Randomly applies bleed damage. Small chance to knock them down. This doesn't do any of that, but has better stats. Let's do this. Can I just equip this? We'll do this instead. Equip it. It's better, technically. I like the concussive and the, yeah, I think we're gonna, wrong button. How's my carry? My carry weight's fine for now. You know what I could do is I could give it to her.
Hello.
Let's trade
If
gear.
there's anything you need, I am happy to share.
What do you have on you right now in terms of weapons? Yeah, I think we'll leave you be. That's what I've been giving her for rune stuff. So is this mission just done, or do I go do something with it now? I think it's just done, and I don't think it counted towards. It did not. So that means we gotta go somewhere else with a mission board. I didn't think it would, but
Winner takes all is the phrase, is it not?
I didn't think it would hurt anything to just see. Let's just see what's around here. Nice. Yep, I knew it. You usually don't get these power cells unless there's something to do with them. Because they're so fudging heavy. Let's see what's down here. There's stuff I can drink, which is handy. Soap dispenser in the locker, which, sure. Why not? Sweet. Terra Brew stuff is good. Just some celery. We're gonna consume and consume. That will freshly recharge us. Okay, that was good. It was a good room. Anything inciting in here? We were in here before, I think. Yeah, it's been looted. Cool. Who's left out here? A couple of them. Most of them followed us inside, I think. Yeah, I would say some of this is probably turrets. Got it. Anybody else left? Oh, nothing like it. I think they all ran inside and just got killboxed in the doorway. Which is really funny. There's one thing over here. What do we got? Turret, yep. So the turrets couldn't follow us inside. Okay, so in that case, let's go somewhere with a mission. We're actually... No, we didn't... We've come all the way here. We should really scan this planet. Just for some reason didn't have resources on my way up, so... We'll roll around until we can find these resources. There we go. There's one of them. Water. And nickel. Got it. Okay. At least this planet's surveyed now. Okay, so where's a place that would have a mission board? Quite a few places would have them. There's definitely one in, God, where's, Sam's planet? Oh, that's right. It's in Cheyenne. Isn't it? Aquila, yep. It's in Cheyenne. Land. There's a mission board right over here. There's probably multiple places with mission boards, but here we are.
The services tech is in the hut up at the front.
I at least know right where to run to. Can we do a bounty hunting mission? Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Because I don't want to do a cargo link. Hold on. This one? Yeah. Yes. Okay. As long as we're here, let's head up to this. I didn't actually think about this on purpose, but it was a maybe subconscious thing to do. Let's go to the Trackers Alliance. I just want to keep Trackers Alliance things going. It's not necessarily... Their stuff's not going to count towards what I'm trying to do. But I want to keep going with their stuff, and that was the last mission by them that I had. Where's the one where I like...
The jails are starting to fill up. Thanks.
Where's the, like, the official board?
If it's advice you need, then advice I'll share.
Mission board. These actually pay really well. But where's like the fancy one? Or do you just do these forever?
If you're here to convince me not to kill again,
The hunt continues. I'll be very welcome, tracker. Until you return.
I swear there's supposed to be like another one. But oh well. Doesn't matter.
I don't mind these breaks and the silence.
Oh. I don't know that I talked to her. Okay. So let's try this. I want to do the optional for this mission, that like the complete a bounty mission, but I can't until I get a bounty mission. So I think maybe if I get rid of some of these, I don't think. Oh, this is a bounty mission. Excellent. Okay. I didn't realize that was a bounty one. So now we can go do this one. Yes. Okay. You're about to realize I'm the Mantis. Someone has to pay for firing on me. Someone has to pay for firing on me. The rest of you may go, but one person must pay. We can't have them thinking the Mantis is soft. You fired on me first. You gotta learn a lesson in scanning before you start shooting. Yeah, see, I like how this ship looks much better than the other things I had on there as pseudo wings. I should probably heal up a little bit before we get into this. I mean, I'm just gonna get shot again, but we should start fresh. What do I want to fire with out here? I know this really is not necessarily the best gun, but it's the only gun I have that's like automatic, which makes it pretty great. What do we got in here? Anybody? Wish I knew. Sealant's usually what I need a fair amount of. Earl Grey tea. How exciting. Granola mix and ramen. These guys are living like college students. A lot of good stuff down here. What do we got? $78 credits. You love to see it. This is the most random space down here. Like, this is the epitome of, well, we didn't know what to put there. Like, what is going on down here? What is this? What do you use this for? Anyway. Continuing on. Lab of sorts. Oh hey, I found you. Gotcha. Almost got you. Gotcha. Bounty collected. And now I've done the optional part for that other one. Sorry, I med pack. I'll take that. Anything in here I'd want? It's a cool little grow lab. I like this. How is that not completing a bounty mission? I guess maybe I had to pick it up? That's weird. I don't know why that didn't count. Because I definitely completed it. What do we got here? We believe properties of the caravan of functioning medicinal properties. Spores consume the cave appear to have dramatically reduced inflammation. They found space penicillin. Creatures that live in the cave must be kept alive. Our currently working theories they interact with spores in some way. Interesting. I do like that desktop globe. My life, chunk by chunk. Everybody reads that. I guess I'll have to go back to another sign up. I think if we run a couple of those missions, I'm hoping they just like refresh. I'm sure there's a time element involved too, because there always is in this game. But it's okay. I'm sorry, did you fire on the Mantis? Wow, that's rude. That's how you feel when your partner gets shot? Open door. What in the heck? Heat leech. Let's see if there's anything good in here. 2 orange juices. We're fixing this whole I don't have anything to drink problem. Ooh! How exciting. Kind of the same. Got it. Money, ammo, jacketed leatherware. Okay, we have to check out that. What is jacketed leatherware? Oh, that's nice. You know, see, this is classy Mantis wear, but I feel like this is like I'm just chillin' Mantis wear, right? Requires a different hat. You know, I gotta say the hat options in this game are not great. I mean, there's some that are good. There's just not a lot, you know? Settler hat looks okay. This is like, I'm the Mantis, but I'm chill about it. You know? What do we got here? Caverns. That's what that thing was emailing us about. I gotta see what's in here.
No matter their reputation, mercenaries lack honor. Cryptic is no different.
It's scooted. I'm sorry, you trying to run?
Take what you must. Leave the rest for the scavengers.
You cannot beat me.
Okay, but what if I consider myself the scavenger? Okay, so this one's not taking anything big and exciting. The little lone nub. Got it. Ooh, a suppressed gun. Be very good if I was running more stealthy than I am. Okay, the guy who ran away from me ran this way. He's literally called Spacer Troublemaker. There were signs. Toxic gas. I'm a little full up. Need to put some stuff on my ship. What's down here? I hear something. Scott Myridge, one last bet. Well, let's read this. Yara and I have been swinging at the fences for too long. This is not to be the big one. We've gone too many weird places and looked at too many strange rocks for this not to work out. This last bit of money we have left from Dad's final gift has to work out. We're going to be forced to do desk work for Argos or some other mud hunting job. Well, they died, so they're not working that corporate job. Treasure, you freaked me out. I almost shot you. That safe thought I wouldn't see it. Okay. This is a massive lock. I did that one. There we go. Nice. Excellent. So line up one of these. Got it. Ammo, money, digipick, that can stay. Oh my god, so many of these nasty things. Eat this stuff, not me. A lot of gross little nasty things down here. Alright, well, we've looked at the cave. Not immediately seeing anything super exciting. I need to get to the ship so that I can take care of this encumbredness problem.
A cave pharmaceutical facility. This is unusual.
I know. That's why we explored it and found cool things. Okay, where's my car? Over there. Might as well explore the planet. Somebody landed.
Someone or something will clean up whatever is left behind.
Probably more spacers. God, this place is full of gross stuff. I could open that thing up, but I honestly didn't want the weapon. Okay, where's my vehicle? Oh, I see. I probably never took it because we were right here. Alright, well, as long as we're here, let's scan this planet. And then I might pop off and do another mission or two just to open up some spaces on the mission board. Maybe I have to collect a fresh bounty to be able to do it. Let's see. This planet also has a trait. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's not gonna... Let's go... unload because we're encumbered, and then we're just gonna fly to another part of the planet. I'm gonna do cockpit, but then I'm gonna get up because it's actually faster that way. Because now that I have a couple of stairs in my ship, it takes a minute. Let's pick a different part of the planet, because my issue is that I don't have the trait. So go somewhere where we can get the trait. And
everything
then
checks out.
go from there.
Landing initiated.
I know this is kind of an offshoot, but like I said, I want to be able to get that optional thing for the quest we're trying to do. Okay, that could be a trait. It's the highest chance of a trait, and it's not that far away, so we'll head this way. Iron, so now we're just looking for fuel on our way here. It could be that. Yep, got it. We got the rare thing when we were leaving the other place, which is actually pretty nice. I'm not sure this is going to be a trait. This looks very not natural. Starborn! Oh. We might have to go get a little bit of revenge. Was this underground seas? I like those. Got it. And ocean deposits. Let's go shoot some Starborn. I know the ship took off, but that just means they're walking around without their ship. See where there's those punks. Sarah, you pieces of crap. think humans are dangerous, huh? They are now. I'm not gonna turn down an opportunity to shoot them now. Okay. And we've surveyed this planet, so that's good too. So let's... Do we think we can do this? What's the planet level? Unexplored route? Really? Okay. So list. Mission about here. This one is fine, so we'll do this one. This will open up room for a couple of missions on the mission board. We'll pop back to the mission board and see what's there. Won't it? Oh no, yes, you're right. This won't take long. You're a level 6, kid. Oh, you know I'm the Mantis and you're shooting anyway? Oh, Crimson Fleet. Looks like in doing that it recognized my bounty hunter, which is interesting. Around here. I think you're the only one left. We're gonna take this sucker down. Did this count as a bounty hunter mission? I'm very confused. I mean, if it did what I needed it to do, it did what I needed it to do. We'll check here in just a second. I want the salvage. So I want this one's much closer. Let's grab this one first. So it's get to 500 meters and then it bumps up. Cool. Oh yeah, okay, so it popped the bounty hunting mission. I don't know what was different, but I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. So set course. Jump on back. I don't know if that counted as a bounty hunting mission to kill that pirate, or if doing another one triggered it. But either way, we got what we needed. Every time I grav jump, it like changes this. It must be times that I've used something that needed more grav jumping. I don't know.
I'm sure whoever's in that ship will be thrilled to see.
They will be, actually. Aiden, you're right. Hey, look at that. Yes. Oh, space for these passengers. That's rude.
I'd be very concerned about them surrounding.
poring over the data.
Versatility may not be what certain customers are looking for.
So you managed to complete a couple different missions.
I did.
This will give us lots of data to support building a ship that can tackle a variety of scenarios. Of course, if we build a ship like that, we may need the kitchen sink budget, but we'll see. Thanks for your help.
I guess I shouldn't
Now
have done
we
the
just need to
optional.
solve our
I don't know.
interpersonal
Doesn't really
issues
matter.
so we can agree on a design. Easy, right?
Don't worry, we'll make everyone work
You
together.
seem awfully confident for someone who doesn't know how long we've been dealing with this.
That's why I'm confident.
I've tried
I don't know what I'm
everything I can
doing.
think of besides some sort of hokey team building exercise.
We could try that.
So, what do you think?
We could try have you heard of icebreakers? If we just make everyone give up one compromise, let's try team building, maybe group meditation to calm everyone. What have you tried so far?
Okay, for real. It's mostly been just a bunch of arguing. First, we tried a group brainstorming session, and that went about as well as you can imagine.
Yes.
We tried individual designs, but that backfired. We've had meetings focused on individual aspects of the ship, and that just prolonged the process. I could have put my foot down and made a decision, but then I'd be giving up on my idea that collaboration will build us the best ship. That, and I don't want anyone to resign because of me.
I see. Well, look, this is a horrible way to run a company, but we're gonna say the only fair thing to do is make everyone give up one compromise.
I can't believe I didn't think of that. It's fair. Everyone goes around the table and makes a cut. That way no one feels like they're the only one being asked.
I mean, I guess it's not the worst way to run it, but it should really be on the basis of what's actually important or not.
And since Walter asked you to take the lead on this, I don't have to be the villain here.
True.
So you're sure about
Maybe
this?
that's why he brought me in. Yes, let's get ready to compromise.
Great. Let's get ready to disappoint everyone equally.
That's a less positive way to say it.
Until now, that's how it's gone, but no one's relenting. Wait, you didn't mean actual physical fighting, right?
I mean, we can.
Well, here goes nothing. Okay, everyone. Our friend here, remember, not me, has decided in order to move forward, we're going to go around the table and everyone is going to give up one major aspect of your design. It's the fairest way to do this, and ultimately, I think it's going to make our collective design choices a lot easier. Who wants to start? Okay, fine. I'll go first. I'm willing to cut some of the included hardpoints. It'll mean less firepower, but the consumer can still add them afterwards, I suppose.
It's true.
You're looking at me, huh? I guess that means you want me to go. Oh, look, I'll be easy. You know I wasn't looking for anything fancy, but if I've got to make cuts, we can reduce some of the cargo base.
I guess we can cut some of the extra sensors and data collection equipment. As long as this thing can still make it to deep space and back with no problem, I'll be happy.
Fair.
I'd be willing to give up.
Yeah,
some
2
of
or
the
3 families
passenger
don't all
space,
need to be in the
maybe.
same ship at the same time, right?
Yeah, that should be okay.
Frank.
What? I already agreed to cut a significant portion of the luxury features. Remember? I shouldn't need to cut anything else.
Well then, that wasn't so bad. I feel much more confident we can actually build this thing.
You can tell it's a video game because no one gave anything remotely specific.
We're all super glad you're here, right, everyone? Well, based on the decisions you made, it looks like we're going to end up with a very reasonable ship design.
Excellent.
I have no worries about the feasibility of manufacturing and selling it. It's going to be a smaller, sleeker, mid-range ship. I think it'll be best suited
That's
for an
what
average
we
consumer.
need.
Not too expensive, the ability to add a few options here and there, moderately defensible. It'll be decent for several use cases, but won't really excel at anything in particular. I hope not, but it's possible. If the ship sells well enough, the board will have no problem increasing the budget next time. The data you gathered for us will last a while too. And I think I picked up some useful techniques from you to help us work together
That is
better.
what the Mantis is for.
Now that we've addressed all our issues, we can move forward, finalize the design, and get this into production pretty quickly. If you could do us a favor and let Walter know that we're back on track, I'm sure he'll be thrilled. Thanks for your help.
Speak with Walter. Have anything to say?
Hello. Thank you for reminding me.
Money? I forgot she just likes to give me money. She's pretty great. I do love that she's just like, hey, have you thought about money? Alright, let's go find Walter. Oh, we should do this real quick. Oh, interesting. Unexplored route. Okay, we'll start by jumping here, which is where my new base is. So we've been here before. And then beta bear. Okay. Jump. Spin up that grav drive. It's spooling. The drive is spooling. What are we looking at here? Ooh, this will be a pretty quick scan trip too, so we can try this. I'd be able to look for some bounties here too. I really want to get to level 50.
It's clear.
We've transported them. Alright, as long as we're here, we'll do some scanning. Because it shouldn't take long. Like, half the resources are right here, which is pretty cool. Alright, what's going to be a trait? That could be a trait. And it's not that far away, so we'll go that way. Okay, so we're looking for vanadium and iridium. There's vanadium. Just the one rare metal, basically. Let's go. We probably don't need to go around on here. Hey, that looks like the resource we don't have. Let's grab this real quick. Got it. Alright, it's all the resources, so as long as this is in fact a trait, we'll wrap this planet up real quickly. I need to get back to Vladimir at some point and start selling a bunch of these. What we got? Or is this just a cave? Like, why isn't it? Just a cave. That's too bad. That could be a trait. Well, that's definitely a trait. Because it's got the heartbeat monitor. It's a bit of a drive, but we can make it. But those are almost always planetary traits. It's a very resource-rich area. I wish you could level up, like upgrade your vehicle, but considering the vehicle wasn't even in the game at launch, I suppose it makes sense that you can't really do much with it. There we go. That'll... If you're just like, I love how you land. I'm like, thank you. Dang, these rocky environments. Almost there. I'm malnourished and dehydrated. Oh no. Oh my god, it needs me to scan 5 things. I mean, we can, but like that is a lot of scanning. Usually these things are not that much scanning. Okay. Probably along one of the walls. I only need to find one more. There it is. Got it. We have surveyed this planet. Oh, we are so effing close to leveling up. Just so ridiculously close. It's crazy. Okay. So we were here. Let's go back to Walter. Land. We'll see how the lodge is doing. See if they've cleaned up at all. And this will definitely tip us into level 50. So then I gotta make decisions about, do I want to do starship design or the stuff for the bases? And frankly, probably the stuff for the bases.
I do not spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
They have not finished cleaning up.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye.
I had thought it was weird we have not done a funeral.
To Sarah.
I'll be there, I promise.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Wait for the service.
We can pay. You forget how much you take a place like the Lodge for granted. Until it's threatened.
Good to hear. I figured as much. See, I just finished looking over the final design they sent over before you arrived.
Oh yeah?
I've got to say I'm impressed with it. It's a bit safe, but also an elegant evolution of our past designs. I think it's...
If you're trying to get your feet under you as a company, you need something a little bit safe.
I'd be happy to make it my new personal ship.
What?
I want you to have one of the first off the assembly line for all of your hard work. Feel free to pick it up at the start yard.
Well, let's go see what we made. I mean, I'm probably gonna stay. Hey! Space opera! Reach level 50. I love that. Since we were just talking about a soap opera. You know what? Since we got leveled up for ship design, we'll go ahead and use that part for ship design. There we go. What do I need to do? 15 unique ship modules. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's go get our ship. I mean, again, I think I'm going to keep mine unless I see this as something absolutely amazing. But, we'll check it out. We should at least go get it. There's no reason to leave a ship that's ours just somewhere.
Seals good, air pressure good, and we're docked.
What am I doing wrong here?
Are you ready to do some business? Stroud Eklund may be new, but it has absolutely.
Oh no, that's... Oh no, that is mine. Hold on.
If you need anything, just ask. We got something for everyone.
What am I doing wrong here?
Well, I think you'll find we have some tempting options.
I'd like to view and modify my
Let's
ship.
get you set up.
Kepler S. Oh. I don't think there's any weapon systems on it. Because this is the ship I got from the bounty hunting thing, and I keep forgetting that I have it. I should frankly just get rid of it. This is the Frontier, and then the Razor Leaf, so ours. Let's see here. I mean, I can add weapons to it. It's not a bad looking ship by any stretch. It's got the landing bay in the back, which I hate. I hate the landing bay in the back. It says Stroud Eklund right there, which is kind of funny. It's a pretty ship, don't get me wrong. A lot of cargo capacity. Like double mine. My hull's better. My shield's better. Yeah. I mean, it's just a classy ship. So if we go to shipbuilder, what do we got here? So that's cockpit, control station, storeroom, captain's quarters, living quarters. Cargo hold, companionway. Okay, see how this is laid out. Cancel modification. Kepler S. Okay. I mean, you'd want to put some guns on it, but it's a solid ship otherwise. Very cool. I have a feeling it's just not marked as done because I haven't, like, flown it, which is fine. I'm not gonna mess with that right now then.
Clean separation, Captain. Perfect.
Okay. I think what we're gonna do next is I very much need to use the restroom. And then I think we might go to the UC and work on this a little bit. I need to be done within like a half an hour. So we don't have time to do Crimson Fleet. So we'll probably do this, but I'm gonna take a quick break to use the restroom, and then we will continue. Okay, welcome back. I think this is gonna actually just take us right back to New Atlantis. Which is fine. Alright. I do like my ship quite a bit. Although now I can grow it more, but we'll do that not when, you know, you all are trying to be entertained. Okay, so quick recap for those of you who may not remember. This is the UC Vanguard mission where the Terramorphs attacked New Atlantis. So if you remember me fighting the giant spider things that told you depressive, scary, mean thoughts, that was here. And then where the story goes from there, we need to access the archives that are on this planet so we can learn more about what happened to the Terramorphs and where they came from. And we can't do that without getting approval from, I think, the UC, Freestars, and Serpent people. And the UC is on board. It's the other two that we have to convince to help us. I don't like how I look. I think I look pretty good. I mean, this vested look is pretty straightforward, but still. I just kind of keep checking the map too to make sure there's not like other random stuff. So this is for the main story quest, so we're not going to do that. This one we have to wait. And honestly, I could sleep and let that time pass, but nah. We can wait 5 days. What am I doing? I could have fast traveled to someplace closer to here, but that's okay. Camera. To the Freestar Embassy.
There are worse ways to spend the day than talking philosophy.
You have a name.
Okay. Hello. Pardon. Howdy.
Okay, he didn't care about me.
Sorry, but I need sign-off.
Ah, yes. They built a monument to the people they lost, but not the people they killed.
Huh.
It's true. It could cause an incident. Would mean my job, sir. Bye.
I cannot help but notice that the Colony War Memorial is in direct line of sight of this embassy. I suspect that was very much intentional.
That's funny.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office.
This, you know, having Sam here might have been a good idea, but I'm kind of committed at this point.
Allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room.
I wonder how many times one side or the other has threatened to close this embassy down over the years.
All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint.
Just wait till the Terramorphs hit.
Wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Sure am.
This building is Freestar sovereign territory. So in here, we're the law.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Sure do. I'm here on behalf of the United Colonies, but I'm a member of the collective, just like you.
Ah, so you're the one they called about. Failed to mention you were collective-born. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives. Some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy.
Sure do.
In order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
Nope. They sent me to beg. Please, please, pretty please. You need to help us, otherwise more... You need to help us, otherwise any more deaths are on your hands.
Excuse me. A less level-headed person might think that was a threat, Captain.
How would that be a threat?
We are merely stating the obvious. If you are threatened by that, perhaps you should do something about it. Like help us.
Wow, Andreja!
And just give the UC free run of the archives? I may as well resign right now. Let me be frank, Captain.
No, Frank's
The answer
building
is no.
spaceships.
That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours and go?
Please, Investor, just listen to what I have to say.
You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give you one chance. One to convince me. Understood.
Thank you, Ambassador. Just hear me out.
I'm listening.
The Collective is my home. I just want what's best for it, and that's working with the UC.
In the end, we all just want to be safe in our little fiefdoms, don't we?
The Terramorph Xeno Weapons Project was a failure. That knowledge isn't that dangerous.
You know that for sure. That is interesting.
How many lives? You were a soldier. There's a lot of you know. That's right. How many lives are you willing to risk here because you have a grudge against the UC?
You think this is about a grudge?
Oof.
This is about safety. And that's not something I take lightly. Captain, I'm sorry, but my answer is not changing. The UC is just going to
got burned.
Way. Now,
That was a low
you can
probability
see
roll. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to find another way. I could re-roll, but that's no fun. Let's do some of these other options. Unless it's a force failure, maybe.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry.
No, you're right.
Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the nap to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
Just doing my duty. You did get lucky. I have a lot of in its residence. Unlike, I was just doing my duty.
Doubt the Vanguard would have a lot of recruits if that were the job description. But I'll take your point. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
Sounds like you could be doing a lot more, like working with me.
You want to work with me?
Yeah.
Why don't we talk somewhere a bit more private?
Let's see if we could get somebody more helpful to be in charge around here. All right.
So you want me to work with you?
Mm-hmm.
But why now? Why me?
We need help preventing terramorph attacks, and we're not expecting the ambassador's support.
No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
I need you to give me the ambassador's archival access code. Can you get me access to the archival code machine?
The code machine? Only the ambassador's cleared for in there. Sorry. Okay, first you need her bio key, and that thing doesn't leave her side. Better chance of splitting the atom with a spoon than me getting that from her. Her quarters. Well, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services? Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. I'm not taking a bribe.
You know what? I need to clear something with my superiors. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll be here.
I don't necessarily want to lie. I'm assuming these are his quarters.
Sounds like it was a real mess down there.
Let's see what we got here. Acquire the code, speak to camera, and read the FC emergency access the UC listening device.
And the spaceport.
I'm not sure going to them will actually help, but we're gonna try. Let's see. I don't actually remember where I need to go. Okay, this is the room I was in. Where's the lady I need to talk to?
What?
Is it you?
Welcome back. Everything going well with the ambassadors? Official line is that you're to negotiate with her. Use your charm and personal narrative to sway her to our cause. My suggestion is to access the listening device in her quarters to get leverage on her and don't get caught doing it. She's also got a staff member that might be more sympathetic to helping us. Do with that information what you will.
Okay, well that was of no help whatsoever, and she's definitely the person I could ask. So I might just have to lie. Because he didn't like getting bribed, so I'm not sure bribing him more is really going to help.
Yes? You needed something?
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need? Me? 6, 7 years now? Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it.
Alright. Can I tell him that Sarah's passed away?
What can I do for you?
Doesn't look like it. Commercial district's closer. I wonder if she's gonna get pissed off if I... So I'm not gonna re-roll for success or failure, but I will re-roll for Andrasia not getting pissed at me.
Sorry. Everyone's a little longer.
Okay, so we'll see.
I can get you into Radcliffe's office, but I need to know what I'm getting in return.
Okay, that's a lot for him.
Okay, yeah.
That's like nothing.
So, there's a utility corridor that leads to the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water.
Got it.
I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
I would have much rather persuaded her and not done this shiftily, but I failed, so that's just gonna be how it is. And the worst part is I had.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives. No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already. Fought tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the collective. But my aliens were placed there by UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all.
That's fair.
I guess you will. Feel free to see yourself out.
I really don't like doing this under the table. But my only other option is to reload. And that just feels cheap if I'm doing it all the time. So,
I think you may be trying to take a little too much on. Literally.
oh, we're good. Okay. I'm gonna let her walk by. Do we really need to find a medical device? Walkable vents. Walkable vents. Hold on. Chemtraiser's like, what do I do?
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
Are you alright, Ambassador? It seems the Council of Governors has rejected my appeal to join. Again, which means you and I are stuck in this colonial rat cage until we die. But I think we might need to. We should expedite the process. What are you getting at, ma'am? I mean, my requests keep being rejected because they don't want to add a seat, right? But what if one opened up? The Mantis heart is what it used to be.
Wow.
It's not like anyone would miss him, Eva. I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing.
Oh, we can blackmail her. Alright. I'm okay with that. I didn't want to, like, steal her code and go sneak in. But if she's up to no good... You know, I don't really mind that.
Realize it is still hard to
We're good. She has no idea what I just did. Save again.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office.
Yeah, it's definitely the only places I've been.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives.
Why don't you... Well, I know you're planning to replace someone from the Council of Governors.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's evidence. I imagine bad things would happen if your bosses find out.
No. If the council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no?
Correct.
So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
That's what I thought. You've got yourself a deal.
Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding.
Oh yeah?
I can only let you get the information on the Terramorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious.
That's fair.
And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes.
That's fine.
But those 2 items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
I can agree to those terms. I'm not interested in digging anything deeper. We just need to get the right thing done, that's all.
Get you your access.
Official business? Talk to the ambassador.
Looks like I could have snuck in that way.
And there. code generator's just this way.
Alright. Thank you for your cooperation. How's our friend doing?
Glad to see the UC knows talent when they see it.
Ah, it wasn't so bad. I prefer that. I prefer blackmailing her over to just stealing it, because the UC would look real bad if we just took it and used it. And like, you know, I care about the free stars. Now, I think I'm actually going to wrap up here, because I don't know how long this next chunk of thing will take. And I need to not be late for what I need to do today. I'm hoping to stream tomorrow. It is my hope we can do it tomorrow and stream a little bit longer and see if I've made a decision on adding in the DLC and whatnot. But I hope you all have a good day. If I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you all have a good Father's Day weekend if you have such a need to celebrate that. And yeah, I will see you all then. Thanks for joining me. Sorry it was a short one. Sorry we didn't do more this week, but I was getting some stuff done. But I appreciate it all, and I'll